Alright guys, welcome back. We got Alliance War number 3 here. And this one had ups and downs. So we've been deathless so far, but unfortunately that is not going to continue. But we're going to start off with Hulkling Lady Deathstrike on node 3. I apologize for anyone who does not like these sped up fights, but when you're doing like I've done 14 fights the last 2 wars, and I gotta speed them up, or else we're talking like half-hour war videos, and I don't want to be recording that. So, and I don't think anyone necessarily wants to be watching half-hour war videos, and it's a pain to upload such long videos. Next up, I brought in Anti-Venom, who is also a global tactic attacker. Mephisto is not a global defender, but I needed someone to take down a Man-Thing later on, and I needed someone to handle Mephisto. And Anti-Venom is Incinerate and Poison immune, so he's a great counter to Mephisto, and he's going to work really well later for Man-Thing. So he's going to do both of those fights extremely well. And we're just going to go ahead and get some, I guess we can get the Petrifies up. We can, some relative power and healing control. It's going to be really nice, plus so many debuffs, plus the extra slow. So that's fine. You can see he barely regens anything there when he gets to his final phase, and I'm not really taking too much damage here. I'm taking I don't have to worry at all about his Aura of Incineration. I just have to make sure that his power is in check and I don't get clapped by a special 3. So Anti-Venom, great job there. Next up, path 1 in phase 1. We are going to go Wiccan Vs Gorr. This is the first of 2 Gorrs that ended up on the map, so maybe a diversity error on their part. But it didn't make a difference in the end. We had some unforeseen circumstances and ended up with the loss, even though we did better in terms of deaths. So, be that as it may, it's okay. We can still make a comeback, and we'll be okay going forward. And I did make some mistakes, and I really wanted to win, so it's a little disappointing. But this first node, I did get clipped a little bit by Gorr here, but once I get my bearings, I get my Neutralize on, I get the passive Incinerate on, and bye-bye Gorr, you just melt away. Next up is Longshot, that we've been doing very well with Void, but Cassie was not banned this war, and I didn't play my best here. But I'm just speeding this one up. It is slow. The issue that I really need to focus on when I'm using Cassie is to make sure that I hit into the block a bunch of times before I shrink down and do the heavy or go for some power stings. Because what happens is eventually is that he eats the power stings either with the masochism or like once they disappear. Then if he doesn't throw the special, then it can be annoying to stack them back up again, because they'll easily get eaten by masochism here. So I have to be a little careful with it, but I do take like one little hit there. Again, he is unblockable the majority of the time. I am getting better at doing exactly what I just did there. Hit into the block and then shrink, then hold heavy and shrink down to bait the opponent into hitting into you. There, I don't know what happened. It was just some mistiming there on the special one, which doesn't usually happen for me against Longshot's special one. Can't really counter it, but I should be able to evade it every single time. So again, had to speed up these fights because ones like this take a long time. I wasn't playing at my best on this one, and unfortunately this one just ends up costing me potions. Even though I take another hit, I wasn't really worried about this one. But again, that can kind of be your detriment sometimes if you're not worried about a fight. I took up Viv Vision on my second account, not max sig yet, but I think halfway there. And we just did this fight against Weapon X, and this fight is extremely satisfying, except for that one part there where I take a combo and eat my invulnerability. But other than that, we're going to build up to a special 2. I'm getting much, much better at hitting all the parts of the special 2. So like times 3, times 4, times 5. Big burst damage from the special 2. He's almost halfway done. Now, as soon as I get to 1 bar of power, this fight is essentially over. I'm going to go special 1, back-to-back special 1, and it's done. So the higher her SIG ability, the more chances you have to cycle through more special 1s there. But so I was still able to get back-to-back, which is great. Next, we got a buffet Ebony Maw. We've got the healed up Cassie here. Cassie is great for Maw if he would actually attack into me. Because I can always I try not to have to worry about the falter too much, because if I keep getting hit, knocking him down with heavies, then I can reset the falter timer, and for the most part I don't have to worry about it this fight. I think there is one point where I don't get a heavy on, and like he slowly is getting some of his falter charges. So near the end of this fight, I am going to have to back off, I think, at one point. But there again, we reset the falter timer. And here again, we go for the special 1. We've got like 17 power stings on him. So maybe not. I played it great. I don't have to worry about the falter timer at all. That was awesome. Next, we've got Viv Vision. And last time I did this, someone reminded me I could just go that she's a robot. I can just go Nebula here, and I'd have to look back at who made the comment, but I should have done that the last time I faced Viv. I didn't die. I used CGR, and it just took forever because of all the glancing. But here, nice little heavy evade in the corner. I should have been pushing Viv back further. A nice clean evade on the special 1 there. Building up to 20 charges. We're at 15 charges, 2 bars of power. Just need a little bit more. We're going to bait 1 more special 2. There we go. Parry into special 2. 20 shocks, 40 shocks, 24k per tick. Goodbye. That fight is done. Now here is my first mistake. I could not fit Magneto on my team. I probably should have asked for backup. I'm thinking, okay, I can get through this one with Hulkling, but and going for some intercepts, but instead I go for an intercept and I get parried. Then, and he's getting his, I thought normally if I intercept him, I'm going to be able to reduce the his like armor up charges, so I could reduce the glancing, but it's not really working the way I wanted, and I spend the majority of this fight just waiting for him to get less than 5 charges, because I don't want to hit into him and accidentally get stunned, because if I hit him above 5 charges when he has that swarming or stinging swarm, whatever it is there, I can get screwed. So I end up backing off, waiting for him to have limited armor ups to see if I can get some decent damage in. And it is just not working in my favor at all. Maybe there's another way that I could have done this one where I wasn't taking so much damage, or if it's just a terrible matchup to begin with. But I end up just dancing around the majority of this fight. Eventually, I do put in some significant damage, and there we get a nice special 2. We get a special 2, but really, I'm not getting much damage in there. I'm going to let the music play out for the rest of this one. Unfortunately, I time out and go back in and get him down. So I'll see you at the next fight. So I'm just disappointed about this one. All right, next up we got some mini action with Node 39. We got Viv against Havok here. This one's got Power Snack and Prowess buildup. We don't want him to get too much. If his specials are unblockable, if he gets 3 Prowess, it's not so bad. I can throw heavies with Viv. I'm also immune to Nullify, so I don't have to worry about the Power Snack here. I have a bunch of armor up, so I don't have to worry too much about the detonation damage from Havok. We get off a nice big special 2 there. Now we're going to wait for him to throw a special. It's unblockable, but it's easy to evade his specials when they're unblockable. We're going to get a few special 1s in a row here. Get him down to 37%. Throw another special 1 here. Get him down to less than 25%. And then we're just going to hit him until he's done for the most part here. Not too bad. Yeah, I was worried there with less armor ups. I didn't want to throw the special 2 and potentially lose them. I also have a Power Sting on me. Got to be careful of that. So we're just going to hit him until he's down. Okay, next up is the second Gorr, and this is Gorr on node 42, and this is the only difference here is this one's got Make a Stand and One Eye Open. We got to knock him down to do damage, and if we parry him, the damage is reflected back. So I always go for try and bait a heavy and get an attack in, and then once we have that, we can try and get up our Neutralize, and all we want to do is bait special 1s the entire time. There I go for the medium ending combo to get the Incinerate up, and now we're just waiting for see if Gorr will throw another special. I'm going to have to go Light Ender again into special 1 for the extended duration on the Neutralize, and then I can go ahead and cycle back to the medium ender in order to get the Incinerate up, and now Gorr is essentially done. He is just melting away. I just have to keep knocking him down in order to get the full damage, and there he goes. Okay, next up is a Wiccan with Cassie on node, I think, 45 here. And this one's a Conflictor Wiccan. Cassie does not have any buffs, so I don't have to worry about the Neutralize that he puts on me. There is a chance when he cycles through his spells that he puts some, that he gets some Incinerate on me. But I'm a global attacker. As long as I have debuffs up on the opponent, I shouldn't be taking too much damage. You can see I get some degen on me because he's trying to put a shock on me, but I'm shock immune, so it's degen instead. So he is putting some damage on me, but because because I'm a global attacker, I'm not taking that damage back at all. So not too bad here. We can just keep going in and just pushing to special 1. That is the goal here. Put the Power Stings on when we can. And there we go. Get some more Power Stings into a special 1, into a heavy, and just keep baiting those specials. So there we go. And that's all it is for this Wiccan. Not too bad at all. Again, other than a couple mistakes in this war, the rest of the fights, very, very clean. The ones that we did, I'm pretty happy with them. Yes, I might have had to use a few potions here and there, but this was a nice fight where I think because of the nature of the node combination with the global tactic, we finish this one here with a nice yellow bar. All right, next up, some more mini action, that aforementioned Man-Thing. We're going to take it with Anti-Venom. This Man-Thing here deals with like placebo, extra regen, no problem for Anti-Venom. We're just going to spam special 1s. Make sure that we throw the heavies to keep the slow up, so if we do get a buff on us, that as long as that slows up by heavies and knockdowns, then we should be okay, and we won't get hit with any of the unstoppable. We can deal with well, technically I can also get like if I throw heavies, I can also get a Neutralize there, or I can get rid of it, not Neutralize, but I can get rid of the Nullify there. That's fine. I can stagger. That's the word. Stagger. I can get the staggers, so I can deal with that regen a little bit more, plus I'm reversing his regen here. He's just disappearing very, very quickly. Anti-Venom just absolutely shredding Man-Thing here, so it's a good choice to bring him. Next, we have Hulkling on Node 47. This is another Wiccan special. So we're just going to go in, do the regular Wiccan stuff, 5-hit combo into light, into a special 1, because we started with the advanced power boost, why not? And then it gets us the extended duration on the neutralize. Then we're going to pause our our debuffs with, we're going to go 5-hit into medium, then we're going to go right back into a 5-hit into light, into special 1. On this note, I do have to be careful. There's a thing with knocking him down and buffs and whether or not you get faltered, so I just have to I'm always keeping tabs on the left side of the screen there as well, that if it says I'm getting close to a falter, just to be careful, but I just stand there and watch Hulkling disappear. Now, last but not least is the most... a fight that I really thought I could do, Stunning Reflection, Polka Dot Power, Brute Force. I made a mistake in this fight. The mistake is that I pushed him to a special 2. Now, Cassie, as a global attacker, is not going to take any damage back as long as I have debuffs on when Mephisto throws his special 1. But I made a mistake here, throwing my special 1, because I had one special to use, and it was to put a taunt on to make him throw specials, but I should have done that when he got to special 1. Instead, I got stuck doing that at a special 2, and it took out a quarter of my health here. And this Mysterio who's usually pretty special happy, was not throwing any specials. And you can see when he doesn't throw a special, look at that brute force damage. It is just awful. So I can't really get any poison. I can't get any poisons on him to extend the duration of the power stings. I do go for some nice moves to try and get him to hit into my heavy in order to put more power stings on. But at the end of the day, when he decides not to throw a special right away, like right now we're just dancing around, he's not throwing a special, I go ahead and throw a hit in, but if he doesn't want to throw it, I get stuck forcing him to a second special 2, and that's basically the end of me. It's very, very, very frustrating. I actually went in afterwards, and my video kind of ran out because it took so long. I was running out of space. I actually got clipped one more time by him when I when I revived, and had I should have had it, and got clipped by an unintended parry, which gets me stun reflected, and I died, and then like a second time, and then I finished him off. So you can see the very end clip of me finishing him off. But even with the mistakes, we were in a position to win this war in some unforeseen circumstances. We still outdeathed them, but we did manage to lose anyway. So you can try and figure out how that happened, but I'm not throwing anyone under the bus, but it was an unfortunate way to end this war. But good fights. Hope you enjoyed them. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.